Hey guys, today I have what should be a really special treat. Again, this is something I got the idea off of the internet originally from. I saw a photo going around on Facebook for basically a pizza lasagna. It was a pizza casserole kind of thing. Now, I don't have a big casserole dish. I've got three kind of small ones, so I'm going to be doing it this way. If you've got one big one, you can feel free to put everything in one pan or just cut everything down in half if you got just one little one like I do. Anyway, it looked really good, but it was filled with horrible things. Well, not horrible things. I'm sure it tasted awesome, but stuff that's not good for you, like several pounds of mozzarella cheese and salt and a hamburger and pepperoni and really good pizza stuff. So I figured I can make that healthy because it looks really good. It looks like something I would love to eat. So we're going to do it ourselves, and this is based on things that I've learned and stuff that I've done in other recipes I know works well. So what we've got is 1% ground turkey breast. If you want to use the 93, the 85, that's up to you, but you know what? This stuff tastes awesome, and it's totally guilt-free when you get the 1%. Not cheap, though. This was like, I don't know, $6. It's kind of ridiculous. Just a pound and a quarter of it. I've got two here. I'm just kind of guesstimating on what I need because, like I said, I've just got these three dishes. We'll see how it works out. Maybe I'll just use the two, and maybe I won't have enough for the last one. We'll work it out. But you'll see as I go through the video, it's just going to be layered up, and it's basically half of this and half of that. So you'll get the idea. You can figure out the ratios or change ingredients. I'm going to put stuff in it that I like. Pepperoni mushroom pizza is one of my favorites, so if you like veggies, you want onions, green peppers, do that, whatever. That's not really the important part. It's just the whole concept and the combination of the basic ingredients that gets you going here. So we've got our turkey. That's going to be our base meat, replacing hamburger, of course. We've got egg-free pasta ribbons. I used that in one of my soups. I can't remember which. I think it was a chicken noodle, but it was awesome. Absolutely no reason not to use the egg-free versions rather than the regular pasta. Saves you so much nutritionally. Better for you, no flavor giving, so that's a no-brainer. I have 5 packs here of fat-free mozzarella. Now these are insanely expensive too, almost twice as much as regular. You can see you get very little in these packages. That's why it looks like a lot, but it's not. So it's not even 2 cups worth per package. So, if you want more cheese, and that's the other thing with the fat-free, nutritionally, it's good for you. Well, not good for you, but you get the idea. It's fat-free. It really does give up a lot of taste, though. So you do need to compensate with a little bit more of it, and we're also going to be compensating with herbs and spices. But there is a big difference between regular and fat-free cheese. There is a big difference even between the fat-free and the low-fat cheese. But it's just so much fat in the other cheeses, it's not even an option. So it's this or nothing as far as my needs are concerned. If you're not as in bad shape as I am, use some low-fat cheese. That's up to you. But we're going to use this fat-free for this, and I think it'll be just fine. And topping it, we have turkey pepperoni. Now these aren't nearly as lean as the ground turkey, but they are not that bad. They do have a little bit of sodium and just a little bit of fat, but the sodium is the real big thing in here. Now it's portion control, so I'm thinking one like lasagna sized piece. I don't think I've got 2 packs here, and I'll just see how much I need. I just want to layer it once, so it's just going to be literally a topping for this. It's just kind of hard to judge how much is in these packs because, again, you get the healthy stuff, they cut down the size in the package. So I grabbed 2 just in case. I don't plan on needing both packages, at least entirely. And I'm also topping it with mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I know a lot of people don't, so, there's really nothing in these that are bad for you. There's some sodium, but I'm going to be rinsing these off. That's the key when you buy these canned vegetables. You rinse them off, you get rid of just about all the sodium. You have to rinse it under running cold water, rinse that residue off the vegetables, tomatoes, mushrooms, whatever is going to come in some kind of a juice. Rinse it off, and then you're back to just nice plain vegetables. So I'm not worried about that. And we're going to do our own pizza sauce using all-natural tomato sauce and then our own Italian seasoning. This has no salt in it. That's important. You can, of course, make this yourself, but it's really cheaper to buy it in the bottle just as Italian seasoning. And make sure you get one without salt. McCormick's here, the perfect pinch. That's all you need. And that's to taste. We're just going to mix it with our tomato sauce. And again, on the tomato sauces or any canned vegetables, you watch your sodium. Now, we're obviously not going to be rinsing this, so you do want to read. And I picked the lowest sodium one they had, which coincidentally was the Walmart brand. It was nearly half the name brands, Hunt's and Heinz. Both had almost twice the sodium for the same thing, natural tomato sauce. So I got 4 cans of that, and we'll season it to taste. And that should be it. Beyond that, it's just baking. So there's no prep. Let's just get going. I'm just going to open my packages and cans. Alright, got everything out of the packages here. I've got the ground turkey, and we're just going to be kind of crumbling it loosely in. It's not going to be in any kind of form or anything, so it is what it is. Just pull it out of the package. Probably am going to use both the pepperonis. It only filled up a small bowl once I got both of those open. Again, small packages when you buy healthy. I've got the cheese, both packages of egg noodles. I'll tell you, once you take the stuff out of the packaging, it really doesn't look like that much. But it definitely won't fit in the first tray only, so glad I have some others here. Okay, all we need to do first is make up our pizza sauce. This is just the tomato paste, and that's, again, 4 cans, and I'm going to add about a half a cup worth of the Italian seasoning. And we're just going to mix that in. That's all it takes to make a really good pizza sauce. If you remember, this is the same thing I did to actually make my pizza a few weeks ago, and that came out delicious. So I know it tastes good already. Just mix it in, doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, now we're going to start, and again I'm kind of guessing here at how much this is going to make. But if you're just doing it in one pan, just follow along. We're going to start with just a thin layer of sauce on the bottom of the pan, just to coat it. Okay. I'm going to start with my other medium-sized pan here. Maybe I can get away with just using the 2. Let's see. Running out of room. You slide over there, you slide over there. Oh, and I have the oven preheating to 350. This is only going to be about 45 minutes total cook time. So a thin coating in here. That's a little too much. Let me pour a little bit back in. There we go. I'll wipe that up later. Don't want a real thick coating on the bottom. There we go. That's better. Alright, now we're going to lay down our noodles, and this is where the ratios come in. If you're just doing it in one pan, you want to do half your noodles at this point. We're going to have 2 layers of noodles, 2 layers of sauce past this just bottom bit. We're going to have 2 layers of cheese, so you get the idea. This is how it kind of resembles a lasagna. We set the sauce over here. Okay, for the noodles, Just a single coat. Spread them out. These will expand a little bit as they cook, soak up the moisture from the sauce. That's why it's on the bottom. And this is where I'm going to see if I need that third pan or not. We'll see how many noodles I have left over when I get done with this first coat. Just do a nice even layer so you can't really see the sauce anymore. Alright, maybe I can get away with just the two. That's cool. That'll work. Alright, now we're going to put down a layer of our meat. And again, if you're just doing one, you want half the meat. And it's turkey, so it's really soft. You don't have to get this perfect. Just do an even layer. It doesn't have to cover everything. Don't worry if you've got spots. Just make sure it's not big chunks of turkey anywhere. And I'll fast forward through this for you. You don't need to watch this. Alright, so that looks good. I'm going to wash my hands and we're going to continue with more sauce. Alright, now we're ready for the next layer, which is going to be half of our sauce. Just put it down as evenly as you can. Don't worry, it's going to clump up a little bit. Just need it in there. Doesn't need to be completely covering anything. Alright, now we're going to put down the rest of the noodles. Yeah, it looks like this two-pan worked out just right. Sure didn't have much extra. Alright. Next we're going to put down half of our cheese. Got plenty of cheese, and again this is to taste. I love cheese, and I know that using this fat-free takes more of it to get the cheesy texture and flavor, so I'm not feeling bad about using this much of it. You just want to evenly coat it now. A lot of this is going to bake down into it. Oops, don't want to use too much. Need half of it left. Alright. Now we're going to put down the rest of our meat. Same thing as before, just space it out. Nothing real fancy. Okay, now I'm going to wash my hands again, and we'll do the rest of the sauce. Alright, now the rest of the cheese. Getting there, getting there. I'm going to flatten this down a little bit, get it ready for the toppings here. This is going to come down a bit in the oven as the cheese and everything melts. Let me rinse off my hand now. But I guess I should really buy a big casserole dish. Alright, now we just top it. And I'm choosing pepperoni and mushrooms. You can do whatever you like. Olives, onions, although olives are pretty salty. Green peppers, banana peppers, jalapenos, whatever you like on your pizza. You can go ahead and do that. This is one of my favorites. I also love Hawaiian with bacon, pineapple, and ham. Love that sweet and salty combo. Here we go. Get these last couple pieces here. Spread these out evenly. The reason I use these canned on pizzas usually, I did fresh on the last recipe, but these are my favorite, the canned ones, just because of the texture. The fresh are okay, and it worked out beautifully on that actual pizza recipe because I was doing it in a very hot oven and they baked. I mean, they got nice and crisp. But this is a slower recipe. This is at 350. So the mushrooms, if they were fresh, they really would not have a chance to dry completely out. They wouldn't have the right texture for my taste. So then the last thing is the pepperoni. This is probably going to take a little while here, so I'll fast forward this for you too. There we go. I ended up using about a package and a half of the pepperoni, turkey pepperoni, so got a bunch of that left over. Might throw it on a salad, who knows. So there we have the finished product. Now what we need to do is wrap it in aluminum foil, and we're going to bake these at 350 for 30 minutes. Alright, we're halfway there. Now what we need to do is open the oven and pull off the aluminum foil, and we're going to continue to bake it for another 20 minutes without the foil on it. Alright, we're ready to come out of the oven. Now adjust your bake times. It's going to depend on how big your pan is and whatnot and how thick you've made it. Make sure it's done. This works for me. Might be a little bit different for you, but I've been checking it the last few minutes. Just getting some black on the edges of the pepperoni. Go ahead and turn the oven off and take them out and see how they look. They smell really good. Be very careful taking these out. They're heavy and hot. And all we need to do at this point is take them out and let them set for 15 minutes. Let them finish cooking all the way to the centers. Oh, look at that. That looks good. That smells good. One more. Beautiful. There we go. Now we're just going to let it sit. And in 15 minutes, I'll plate a piece up. Alright, well, here we go. Let it set for 15 minutes. And my wife came up and she says, you sure those noodles are cooked? I said, oh, I don't know. I tried one, and it was off on the side here. It didn't have any sauce on it. And it's crunchy. I don't know if it's supposed to be like this, because, like I said, I got the idea off the internet. So maybe it could do with more sauce. Maybe it's going to be different in the middle. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, it smells delicious. I'm just going to cut a section off here. It's actually pretty firm. I didn't know if it would be kind of soupy, or kind of like a deep dish pizza, but it's actually like a deep dish pizza. It's all staying together in a nice form. So let's see how this comes out. Not going for pretty on this first one. Oh, look at that. That is pretty much just like a deep dish pizza. Cool. Nice gooey cheese. I like that. Alright. Let me get a fork. We'll try this out. Oh yeah, the inside noodles are perfect. It's just that very outer rim where it didn't have sauce covering them, but they're hard. Cut right through just like butter with the fork. Let's give it a shot. Get a little pepperoni on here. Come here. Get off there. There we go. Yeah, it's like a lasagna. Real good. The turkey gives it kind of like a sausage taste. I think it's combined with the Italian seasoning. Almost gave it a sausage breakfast flavor. Very interesting. Try another bite. That one tasted just like I took a bite of that regular pizza. Tasted just like the dough, the crust. Very interesting. Alright, so I guess it's those combinations of spices I use that was giving it most of its flavor. Cool. Does have a lot of flavor. I can't taste the cheese. I knew that would happen. I mean, it's got a great texture. It's stringy. Plenty of it, and obviously it's all holding together, and the noodles are cooked perfectly. Mushrooms are good. I can taste the pepperoni just fine, but I'll tell you, I cannot taste the cheese. There's just none of that rich mozzarella flavor at all. Just the texture. But, you know, it's fat-free. That's why most of the flavor comes from the cream. What are you going to do? So there we go. There is healthy pizza casserole. See you guys next time.